Hi everybody, welcome and so sorry for the delay. We've had some technical issues with streaming. So welcome to everybody that's joining us in Zoom and thank you for your patience. I'm so sorry. We're starting a little bit late, so we'll finish a little bit later so you get the full session. So welcome back. This is our second session today on day 2 of our World Teachers' Day conference. I'm Jo Gore. I'm based in Barcelona in Spain. Please say hello in the chat. Tell us where you are and how many languages are spoken in your location and in your classroom, more importantly. So in just a minute, we're going to start the session with Aung Min Paing. Hi, Pai. How are you today?
Hi, hello, Donna. Hi. Yeah,
Welcome and thank you. And sorry for the stressful wait. We're really happy to have
it's
you
okay.
here
Never mind. Yeah,
and to be able to start the session. So in just a
yes.
moment, we're starting classroom management in multilingual classes with Pi.
Mm-hmm.
But before I hand over to you, I'm just going to tell our audience a little bit about you. So,
Yes.
Aung Min Paing is a passionate teacher and teacher educator with years of experience in teaching English to teenage learners in Myanmar. He has expertise in working with multilingual classes, using interactive teaching methodologies, curriculum design, and fostering learner autonomy. Pine is also an active advocate for the LGBTQ plus community and enjoys creating safe, inclusive spaces for everyone. So it's an honour and a great pleasure to have you here. I'm going to hand over to you, so we'll share your slides. I'm here if you need me, but I'm going to disappear until the end of the session when we'll take some questions. Okay, enjoy.
Thank you, Donna. Hi, everyone. Hello. Hi. Okay. Right. Yeah. Thank you for being here, first of all. And like Joanna mentioned before, this is me, Pi. The very first topic that we'll be focusing on is classroom management in multilingual classes. And so, as she asked you before, like, how many languages do your learners speak in the classroom? For example, for me, like I've seen so many people like who can speak quite a lot of languages in my class. There are some people who can speak Japanese and also my native language Burmese, and also there are some people like they speak their ethnic language in kind of like for communication. So how about in your class? How many languages can they speak? It could be idiolect or it could be more than that. Right. Yeah, let's see. Okay, right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, oh, right. Three languages. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. Great. Oh, all right. Two languages. Wow, interesting. That sounds interesting. Yeah. Oh, right. Two languages, but mainly two languages, three languages. Yes. Oh, yes. Three languages, English, Tamil. All right. Yeah. Uh-huh. Right. Andrea said that here, Romanian English. Yeah, sometimes Russian. Yeah. Okay. And English, Romanian. Yeah. Right. And yeah, from the Philippines. Yeah, I've heard that like there are quite a lot of people who can speak more than three or four. Yeah. Yeah, three languages. Yes. Uh-huh. Oh yeah, three, mainly two to three. Yeah, that's great. Yeah. Okay. All right. Oh my goodness, it's amazing. Yeah, that's more than 250 languages. Wow, interesting, interesting. Oh yes, one language. Mm-hmm. Yes, mainly 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. Hi. Yeah, hello, hello, hi. Oh yeah, two languages. Yeah, English. Uh-huh. Mm. Right, right. Yeah, yeah, of course. There are 2 and 250 and more than that. Yeah, it's a lot, it's a lot. Great. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. So thank you for your answers. All right, 626. Yeah, well done, well done, well done. Thank you so much. So let's see the very first plan. This is my plan. By the end of this webinar, I hope that you'll be able to um, know more about how to establish inclusive expectations, first of all. And by the end of this webinar, I believe that you able to like reflect on how to evaluate and adapt strategies and explore more and more strategies for managing communication barriers, and last but not the least, discover ways to encourage and collaboration across languages. Right. Thank you. So now let's see a question. The very first question here. This is, what's your biggest challenge in a multilingual class? So that's what you've mentioned before, like 2 languages, 3 languages, and 4. Yeah, more than one. So what I believe is you may also have quite a lot of challenges in your class. So what could that be? Or maybe they be? Okay. All right. Very good. Thank you. Right. Communication. Yeah. Right. Instruction part. Yes. Diversifying techniques. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, mainly communication, not to have communication breakdown. Yeah, I'm having some kinds of difficulties of giving instructions. Yeah, and then right communication to manage any classes activity. Yeah, right misunderstanding. Yes, it's kind of communication barriers. Mm-hmm. All right, yeah, explanation, yeah, it is. Uh-huh. Meet the needs of all learners, communication. Right. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, different context in each of them. Mm-hmm. Communication, yeah, cultural background, right? Yep. Good, good. Yes, in any other class and yeah. Okay, right. Mainly explanation. Yeah, very good. For the point, Hormat, the point you mentioned here is like learning styles. Yes, of course. Multiple intelligence and also like learning style might be different as well. Good, good. And integrating everything. Okay. All right, yeah, that's how I have seen from the other webinar as well. Yeah, noises from the learners. Yeah, classroom management again. Yeah, explaining a lot might be that it's one kind matter that we need to be aware of, like not to explain every single thing. All right. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Students insult one another in L1. It's one kind matter that we need to be aware of if we don't know what the L1 is in their context. And right, right, right. Differentiating, yes, misunderstanding, yeah. Most of them are mainly about like communication, differentiation, and misunderstanding and challenges a lot, a lot, a lot. Good, good, good. Yeah. All right, sharing of ideas. Yes, yes, a lot, and a lot. Yeah. Great. Everyone, thank you so much. So let's see the common challenges that we may face during the multilingual classes. Let's see the very first one, which is communication barrier between students. Sometimes, like, their first language are not the same. At the time, we might kind of like face some problems, like one person is talking to other, but they don't understand and to each other. That could be one kind matter for the communication barriers, especially between the students. Next one is unequal participations. For example, like one dominant student want to answer every single time, like he wants to answer, or she might kind of like wants to answer every single time. So at the time, we anyhow need to be aware of unequal participations as well. Yeah. So for the next one is like classroom discipline challenges. It's hard for as a teacher, as an educator, like need to create classroom rules and disciplines. So yeah, just to avoid the problems and the challenges, right? And next, it is the students feeling excluded and less confident, like since they are not being nominated just to share their ideas, and they might be feeling that okay, they are not included, and then later and later they feel like less confident, right? Yeah, great. Everyone, those are things that I've kind of like mentioned for the challenges. Okay, so what could be the opportunities in multilingual classes? Could you please type in the chat 1 or 2? Okay, I'm gonna give you 1 minute or 2 minutes. Yeah. Okay, so while you are typing in the chat, so the very first one here is exposure to diverse cultures and perspective. Since like they all are in the class, they be able to listen to each other. They get more and more exposures just to know more and more about the different culture and different perspective. So then they be able to know more and more about the global understanding, kind of like global perspective. Next, that is very good point, and which is peer learning and scaffolding. Theoretically, it is more and more about sociocultural theory, and it's like a peer learning is really, really important in a classroom. They be able to learn from each other. It's one kind scaffolding method. And next, it is stronger intercultural awareness. They've been, since this is a bit interlinked with the very first point, stronger intercultural awareness, they kind of like learn from each other. They get more and more ideas and perspectives and culture. Like in their culture, they do this way and that way. Yeah, for example, folding our hands might be like a little bit of it deviating in meaning in other cultures as well. One more areas, especially the opportunity is creativity in problem solving. Since they learn from each other, they know how to solve the problems creatively, not in a same way and repeated way. Yeah, so those 4 are the opportunities in multilingual classes. Good. So next, it is inclusive expectations. So when it comes to thinking about inclusive expectation, let's see the very first one. Co-create classroom rules with the learners. Sometimes we educator don't need to create one specific rule or maybe a set of the rules. What we can do is like we can do and we can create together with our learners. So then it'll be kind of like a, teacher is not taking the role only. We share the responsibility with our learners as well. Next, it is make respect for all languages explicit. So this means that we need to show the respect, especially mutual respect for all languages. Whatever the languages you're using, any languages you are using, you get that respect. So that, like, please make a respect for all languages explicit. That which is encourage English as in the networking, as the working language, but still value L1. Since English is kind of like lingua franca these days, of course, we be using English for the working language, but we still need to value L1. That's how we should be aware of it during the class time. Next, which is arrange seating to mix background. This is one kind things that we should be aware of, the techniques, which is namely core differentiation. So we still need to arrange the seating plan. One time, this person sitting here for the whole course, it doesn't make sense. So sometimes we need to arrange the seating plan. Even during like kind of before we start teaching, we still need to plan ahead. For example, tomorrow I have a physical class. I'll plan ahead that, okay, these students would be here and there and with a specific person, or maybe we were kind of like, change the seating plans every single time, every after activities. That's one kind of that like, rules or possibly the tips that we can use to be able to create inclusive expectations. Right. So now let's start focusing on example that will be able to create inclusive rules. All right. So now let's have a look at the very first one, which is respect all languages spoken. Whatever the language they are using, please respect. Secondly, use English first of all. Then just use L1 if needed. But since this is if needed, we don't necessarily need to use L1 every single time. We anyhow should encourage them to use English first of all. And help and support peers. This is really, really important in a classroom. The reason is learners, they can stay learn from each other instead of learning from a teacher specifically for the whole course, for the whole class. Well, for number 4, as you may see here, is listen actively with others when others are speaking. So this means that what I believe is like when people or maybe one person is talking, that we should be listening to someone actively. So this is one thing that we like just to create inclusive rules. Well, next one is encouraging. Yeah, so let's start moving to the next point, which is encouraging collaboration. Well, encouraging collaboration is just to help our learners to collaborate with other people. For example, the very first one, mixed language group projects. Instead of asking a group of people, those who have got the same language, we should mix. For example, one of the teachers, the professors, she mixed most of the students. Me, I was also included in it. And one person is from China, and there are some kind of like groups, and they've got like their own language. So she mixed the people who are from different background. So a kind of mixed language group project. And digital reading and information gap talks. This is one useful activity just to create communicative classroom. Instead of teachers explaining, reading out loud everything, teacher assign the students, for example, 5 in a group, 4 in a group, 3 in a group. Read a specific task, then later on mix them up and then share it in the maybe breakout room or in groups. This is one activity that we ask them to collaborate each other, learn from each other, listen to each other. And one more thing is peer tutoring and buddy systems. So peer tutoring is, again, sometimes it's hard for us to explain their mother tongue, maybe L1. Of course, we don't know. So at the time, what we can do is maybe nominate one student just to share in their L1. So I've seen one teacher and in a classroom, like these students, they are having a discussion. At that time, teacher nominate one student. The teacher has got like a 1 L1 and the students, he's got the different language as well. But the media instructions is in English. So the student needs help. At the time, what the teachers did is like just nominate like nominate the students who can speak the same language like the student. So at the time, they translate it. Yeah. So yeah, that's how that we can create peer tutoring instead of we are explaining everything. So next, last but not the least one is celebrating home languages. For example, like creating poster, asking them to do mini presentations. Those are things that we can let them do. We can let them create. Yeah, it could be when kind of like learners are participating and engaging with the lesson. Yeah, so next, which is supposed to be a part for the managing communication barriers. So how are we supposed to manage the communication barriers? The reason is like most of the candidates here and the participants here wrote a lot about the communication communication breakdown a lot and a lot and a lot. So that's fine. The very first thing I believe we'll be able to solve is use visual aids and gesture and realia. So might be thinking that that is one thing mediation. We anyhow need to use visual aids. Are we gonna explain every single thing? Or are we gonna show a picture? Which could be the best way? Yes, of course, I believe that since they are maybe lower level learner students, seeing visual aids would be better. And next, which is gestures. The use of gesture would be helpful for them as well. Instead of what is it? Explaining every single day. It's a fruit. It's got the red color, and it's the taste is a little bit sweet and sour. It's kind of like very lengthy for the learners. It's hard for them to understand every single thing. Then we just show them, okay, this is realia. This is like we just use the realia. We show them, okay, everybody, this is an apple. Then that could reduce teachers' talking time, enhancing learners engaging, and at the same time help for them just to see every single thing that okay, super clear, crystal clear, things like that. And next one is pair stronger and weaker students. Again, this is for the buddy system. That's what most of you mentioned in the chat. That's what differentiation. And yeah, differentiation and scaffolding again and again and again. In a classroom, we need to encourage them to work out together, to discuss together, to learn from each other. And one more thing is allow judicious code switching. Again, code switching is one really important that because like before this webinar, before this, there was one webinar. There they compare two things, translanguaging and code switching. Yeah, one thing that I believe it's really important for us is we need to understand, we need to let them do code switching. Yeah, so if not, they be kind of like having some problems. At the time, code switching could be a way that we can use. We can let them do instead of we are using English every single time. We should sometimes let them do the code switching. Well, next one is different tax point level. That's what I have mentioned repeatedly again and again, differentiation. We sometimes need to use differentiated method and scaffolding method as well. And since they are in different levels and using different background languages, L1, and the language, the culture, and maybe again, the gender might not be the same. So at the time, we should differentiate the tasks. But it depends on the level. Maybe are they lower level learners or higher level learners like upper intermediate or things like that. We actually still need to understand. Right. So here are 4 ways that we'll be able to kind of like generally we'll be able to manage the communication barriers. So now let's do scenario practice, because I just want you to think more and more and more, and what could be the ways that we'll be able to use, we'll be able to apply. The scenario here is a student. He or she doesn't understand instructions because of language gap. Okay, so the question, which is, how would you handle this? And the second one, what could be the resources or techniques that you can use? And could you please write your answers in the chat, or especially in the chat or comments, please. Let us read your words here. Right, yeah, I model what they have to do. Very, very good. It's such a great technique for scaffolding method as well. It's really, really good. Instead of explaining every single thing, what they need to do, yeah, okay, I show you what to do and how to do. That could be the better way as well. Very, very good. It's also really, really suitable for the learners who are lower level learners. Yeah, it's really good. Explain in native language, yes, again, code switching. Asking, very, very good. Asking other students for help, yes. Sometimes we, like when it comes to showing the modeling, like we can still nominate some dominant, sorry, I should use smart students, smart candidates. And we can do kind of like, you know, 2 smart candidates, and they show the demonstrations, or maybe as they can share each other as well. Very good. Thank you so much. Differentiation into language. Yeah. And code switching and code mixing for, yes. Very good. Trying to explain in many way. Very good. It'll be kind of like, you know, we be able to use quite a lot of ways, like, you know, demonstration, or maybe grading our language. Instead of explaining every single thing, we can just say that, do this, do that, or things like that, like create our language. Or maybe we can also ask instruction checking question, right? And things like that we can explain, or concept checking question here again. Wouldn't jump to the code switching right away. I would try next, trying to, yeah, visual clues, help for the other peers. Oh yes, gesture and ICQs, absolutely perfect. Great, great, great. Give model, yeah, that's the best way. Very, very good. Yeah. Sometimes like using L1 could be better as well. Good, good, good. Yeah, pictures, visuals, audios, good. Use L1, yes, perfect. I may use visual aids. Yep, gesture for the vocab. Yeah, very good. Yeah, like I mentioned before, if the vocabulary like that you are teaching it could be something like lower level learners, and if that is kind of like, you know, for example, paper, instead of explaining every single paper, everyone, this is paper. Yeah, this could be a better way as well, right? And I may use visual aids, gesture, yes, yes, yes. Very good. Asking stronger students explain it for him or her. Good, good, good. Yes, yes, yes. Love it, love it, love it. Yeah, remove from the YouTube. Okay. Uh, and Betty system. Absolutely. Yeah, yes. Give instructions in chunks. Perfect. Yes, it is. And use gesture and write the instruction on the board and using simple language. Yes, yes, yes. This is what the most of the scholars and most of the trainers said. The instructions should be short, clear, and precise. Yes. Visual aids. Yes. Oh yes, yes, yes. Rephrasing instructions. Yes, yes, same similar things. Yeah. Visual aids, model, give models. Yeah, right, 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 right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh yes, a classmate could help if a teacher doesn't speak their L1s. Yes, absolutely right. Yeah. Oh yes, modeling is a good method that we can use. A good technique, I should say. Has to translate. Oh right, yeah, translation could be a way as well. Right, very, very good. Yes. Oh yeah, asking CCQs. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Great. Mm-hmm. Um, okay. All right. So now thank you everyone for your opinions. All are perfect. Great. It's interesting, giving simple and clear instruction. Yeah. So now let's start focusing on evaluating and adapting. Okay. Right. For the first one, it is observe and who participates, who stayed silent. Secondly, collect short anonymous feedback. We sometimes kind of like, asking the asking the anonymous feedback, and we can collect it and adapt the classroom rules and grouping monthly. It'll be a good way. And reflect after each lesson what works and what needs adjusting. For example, we teachers need to do self-reflection instead of teacher like teach the day and then next day no self-reflection. So then what could be the way that to be able to develop our teaching? It's hard for us. So what we should do is what could be our personal aim today, and then did we achieve during the class, and what could be the next step to develop our personal aim. So that's what I believe we should do it every single time after we've done teaching. Well, so could you please, this is your self-reflection time, could you please write one small change that you'll try next week? So before you joined this, you had some experience and challenges possibly. And then like what could be one thing that one small change that you would try next time? Could you please type in the chat? Yeah, right, right, right. Yes. Okay, very good, very good. You use some of them, very good. Yes. Yeah, learn new techniques. Yes, it is. It is. Yeah, we need it. We actually need it. Okay. Collect short anonymous feedback. Right. Yeah. It's one kind like we'll be able to use it, right? You know what? One thing I have seen this one is in my university, they ask the students just to provide feedback. Yeah, then we'll be able to kind of reflect on the reflect on ourselves first of all, then see the feedback and what could be the way that we can stay developed as a teacher. Right. Yeah. Yeah. You can stay grouped them together and let them talk together. But one thing we should be aware of, and one thing we should make sure is like, are they on the task or off task? So sometimes we let them talk about they are not talking something that we ask them. They are just doing something around like on. So that's what we should be aware of. Yeah, yeah, very good, very good. Yes, anonymous feedback is a very good way. Yeah, you know what? I every single time remind myself and to the other people who are in my classes, like just try to see yourself, what you made it and what you couldn't do it. And that's one thing that we teachers need to reflect on ourselves. Without knowing what we are doing, it's hard for us to change something. It's hard for us to step on the next stage. So that's how I all the time remind myself and the other people as well. Yeah, let me see. Collaborative feedback. Yes, very good, very good, very good. Uh-huh. Yeah, self-check is a great technique. Mm-hmm. Very good. Yeah, suggestion box. Yeah, I've seen it, especially when I was working in a place, I don't want to mention it, but in a place like, in a school which is a well-known organization, yeah, globally in their projects, they use those sort of suggestion box. Really, really good. More engaging group activity, yes. Like then I'm kind of like feeling that okay, it's kind of like very engaging for them. Like they don't necessarily need to listen to the teachers only for the whole class. Yeah. Yeah, they be kind of like engaging. Okay, very good project. Yes, feedback. Love it. Considering multiple intelligence, love it. Yeah, Howard Gardner. Okay. Love it. I love it. Yeah, so much. Yeah. Considering multiple intelligence is one thing that we should be aware of. Maybe before the class time, maybe during the class time, even after the class time. Yeah. Or what we can do is lesson planning session. We should consider the multiple intelligence of the learners. Yeah. Great. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, weekly, monthly, yeah, assessment, a lot. Oh yeah, observation records, great. Feedback quiz. Uh-huh. Right, a lot. Mm-hmm. Yes, feedback, yes.
Right,
A
thank
lot.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And people, oh, if you've got key takeaways, we can go to those. But I was going to say, because there's lots of really good questions, and I can see people
Mm-hmm.
are really interested in the chat. So maybe we can take some audience questions for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to just give
Yes.
your key takeaways quickly, and then we'll see how many questions we can answer?
All right. So here they are, like key takeaways. Inclusion starts with clear, something which is very clear, and please create the rules not alone, but with the students, especially the learners in your class. And please use more and more visual aids. And they need peer support. That's fine. Don't explain them alone. Invite some students who are in your class. And differentiated talks reduce the barriers. That's why trying to know the differentiation techniques that we'll be able to use in the class. And collaboration builds empathy and engagement. That's why let them collaborate in the classroom. And then continuous reflection and is equal with the sustainable classroom management. This means that we still need to reflect on ourselves and develop more and more. Those all are the key takeaways. So what technique from today you remember?
Thank you so much.
Thank
I
you.
love that. And I can see someone in the chat was saying that the exit ticket to leave the classroom, that's like their exit ticket from this
Yeah, it's kind of
webinar,
like the
right?
exit tickets. Yes, it is.
Yeah. Okay, so just because of time, we'll send people all the useful links and references from this session by email. So don't worry, you won't miss anything. And you can also watch the recording if there's anything you miss. So let's see if we
Yes.
can take some questions. But thank you so much. And that was perfect. After our first session this morning, they were talking about the value of multilingualism. And you've taken this into the classroom and shown us some really useful strategies and techniques to actually do this. So thank you. And I loved the emphasis on observation and listening and empathy, really
Yes.
understanding the learner, not just kind of, that why won't they do this or they always do that, really from their point of view. I thought that was really interesting and it makes complete sense. So I'm going to go straight down the questions. They're all really good. Maria says, do you think an English only policy should be discouraged? And she says in bi or multilingual classrooms, but I suppose almost all classrooms are
Uh-huh.
at least bilingual if we're teaching English as a second language, probably multilingual. Should English only be discouraged?
Hmm. Um, yeah, first of all, let me clarify your question first of all. Okay.
Yeah.
So should like the question it said that only English should be discouraged.
Yes, I think a lot of teachers are thinking that maybe their school policy or
Mm-hmm.
what they learn. A lot of English teachers, when they did their training, it was like, no, no, it must be English only, complete immersion. And it's like
Mm-hmm.
you're doing something wrong if you allow
Mm-hmm.
other languages. What do you think about an English only policy?
Well, it's got its own advantages. Yes, of course. Like even if you've used one word is emotion. So yeah, again, it's got its positives, but it depends on the context and the culture and the place, like how they are implementing in a classroom and in a school. It's totally hard for us that this is good and this isn't good, but it depends on the context and the place and the country as well. But personally, in my opinion, you know, I would say that okay, it's good to a particular extent, but there are some situations we let them talk in the L1 as well, but not every single time in the classroom to use English only.
Exactly. So the
Hmm.
key thing I've heard you say is about context and it depends on different factors. And
Yes.
we've mentioned this phrase several times this morning about judicious use
Hmm.
of English and other languages. And that came across really strongly, I think, in all of your examples. It's like, okay,
Hmm.
when would be a good moment to use other languages?
Yeah.
And when are we focused on the goal of learning English?
Hmm.
Okay. Um, so you mentioned you were talking about letting stronger students work with the ones who need more support at certain
Hmm.
times. We've got a question here that says sometimes the stronger students working with the weaker ones leads to some issues. So I'm not quite sure what the issues are. Maybe sometimes they get frustrated. Could that be right? That they get frustrated with the ones
Hmm.
who are finding something difficult?
Hmm.
Do you have any suggestions to
Well,
fix that?
first of all, there are some confusions. So that first of all, I just want to say two terms here. I just want to point out the very first one is smart and excellent students. At the same time, there is one more where it's dominant. So the one word smart and the other word dominant won't be the same. So we really need to understand that, the one we really need to understand is he or she smart or dominant? Okay, well, okay, next up is, well, it's about frustration. What sort of frustration is it?
Mm.
Would you put them in a room together to learn from each other, or would you nominate the whole class and you be there as well?
Yes.
Right. You can stay manage and put them on the right track.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I love the way you focus on the social dynamic. No, who is going,
Yes.
you know your students, who's going to work well together? And
Mm-hmm.
maybe the student that's best at English isn't
Mm-hmm.
the best person to help others, but maybe others
Yes.
have got really good social skills or they've got the skills that make them excellent at encouraging other people and working together.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Right. So there's a question here from Malika who says, in multilingual classrooms, in my context, is it okay? It's okay to teach vocabulary. Okay, vocabulary, fine, but it's challenging to teach grammar and writing.
Mm-hmm.
Students are struggling in large and noisy classes.
Mm-hmm.
How can teachers overcome these challenges? So I think we've got two challenges here. One is large and noisy, and the other one, which is related, is teaching grammar and writing.
Writing, yeah. So well, it's such a huge issue to focus on. Okay, the very first one is even when it comes to thinking about grammar and writing won't be the same as well. So yeah, for grammar, what I believe is it would be better if you're focusing more and more on the rules, and instead of only focusing on rules, it will also be kind of like better for you to focus more and more on the communication as well. Sometimes one way is like, since when it comes to teaching grammar, we've got a lot. One thing is deductive and the other way is inductive. That's what we can use. So sometimes we can ask them to just to generate the rules together by seeing the example sentences, maybe like context. So maybe we can use guided discovery approach, just ask
Yeah.
them and put them into the breakout room, or maybe just group them first of all and provide them the enough material, then let them discuss and work out the rules. It could be a
Yeah.
way that, you know, you, instead of you are teaching every single thing, you will go around monitoring and then just observe what they need. And then later
Mm.
on, yeah, when it comes, yeah, and then later on, this is your time to deliver the lesson. At the time, what you can do is just focus on the area that they might need. Instead of explaining every single thing, what is the meaning of the rules, of that grammar, and that
Yeah.
what could be the pronunciation that we should focus on, and next what could be the form. Instead of explaining every single thing, we can stay focused on the areas that they might need.
Okay,
That's
so
for the
it's
grammar.
that
Mhm.
learner-centered approach again. Let's think
Yes,
about what
yes.
they need. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And do you ever take a multilingual approach with teaching
Mm-hmm.
grammar?
Oh yeah, that could be like, I've seen one instead of I'm using before this one, I also like observed most of the teachers, and what they normally use is they nominate one okay, first of all they explained in English, and later on instead of using multi-language I mean meta languages a lot, and they nominate one student, okay, just to explain them what is it in simple way. And
Mm.
teacher, what she used it also like very simple languages
Mhm.
and using some timeline as well, visual clues. Yeah.
Okay, so I love it. You've in your toolkit, you've got so many different things. So you've got the
Mm-hmm.
visual clues, you've got
Mm-hmm.
perhaps a bit of translation, you've got
Yes.
them working together that have different languages. Okay,
Yes.
so it's like from all angles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, the questions are coming in. This is great. Let's see. If you want to look at the question and answer place as well, tell me if there's a question you particularly want to answer. There's an interesting question here about when the teacher doesn't speak the home language or the
Mm-hmm.
first language of a learner. So this
Yeah.
example is a student who is Chinese, maybe
Mm-hmm.
6 years old,
Mm-hmm.
and can only understand Chinese, but the teacher doesn't speak that language. They don't share.
Mm-hmm.
In that situation, how would you teach English, or how would you help that student?
Right. So first of all, are they in groups or one-on-one class? That is one thing that we that there are quite a lot of ways that we should consider as well. Like if they are in groups, like we can ask, like I mentioned before, we may kind of like analyze. Okay, this is the stronger learners. This is stronger students, so we nominate them and help, let them help. Okay, that is one way. But if it is like one-on-one class, for example, you and only one candidate in a classroom, so at that time, what we can do is, for example, like using more and more gesture. Since they are six, like we still need to use like young learner teaching techniques instead of adult learner technique won't be able to help them every single time. At that time, like I mentioned before, visual clues, gestures, and body movement, TP method will be helpful for them as well. Yeah.
Definitely. Okay, thank you. Oh, there's so many good questions. We're going to have to finish in a moment. Um, My question is about the cultural consideration in a multicultural setting. This is Ogochukwu. Should we take that into consideration when we're arranging the seating? Do you think about that? Do you make a seating plan?
Oh, yes, it's such a great question. But this time being again, I need to refer it back. We need to understand the culture background. It is totally hard for us without understanding culture background. But in some areas, it's kind of restricted. We should not pair up one male and female student in a pair. Right. So that's why, first of all, we still need to understand what is the culture background. And secondly, we need to understand the learners. Do they have a good relationship or not? So it's kind of like that one thing that we need to understand and need to consider for it as well. Yes, of course, there are quite a lot of seating plans. It was even recommended by James Scrivener and a lot of the theorists in their book, which is only about the grouping learners. Yeah, so that,
Yes.
yeah, it is really, really important and it need to consider as well.
Okay, so definitely considering context and teachers are experts in their context, aren't they? So trust
Yes,
your
yes,
instincts. But also we like seating plans. I was always a fan of a seating plan.
yeah, yeah.
And always made it really clear from the beginning. Now, you don't decide where you sit in this room. You come in and it might be different each time, but I
Yeah.
expect everyone to be willing and expect to work with everyone. Okay, one more we have a question about assessment. Do you fancy that? We'll do one more. Yeah, let's do that. Do you have any tips for evaluation or anything special you do for assessment in
In
a
terms of assessment,
multilingual
yes, well, thank you for your question. In terms of assessment, this time being, one and only I want to here suggest is nomination. Well, we'll be thinking about why nomination. Okay, without having any nomination, we invite them. Okay, please answer. No, nobody will answer. So at that time, to be able to know, like first of all, they might have done those sort of tasks in the breakout room or in work in groups, but we still need to understand that did they got it easily or did they get the answers from their friends or did they generate it or things like that. So at the
Yeah,
time, we need the justifications. Why
yeah.
did they get it? So at the time, we still need to nominate and how did you get it? First of all, nomination. And second of all, maybe CCQs. We just want to check, for example, grammar, maybe vocab. We should use CCQ's concept checking question just to make an assessment, just to know whether that they got it or not.
Yes, that attention to the learners and not just listening to the loudest voices in the room, but really it's your thing about observation as well, isn't it?
Yes,
Paying
yes, yes.
attention to everybody. Well, thank you so much. I'm sorry that we're going to have to finish here. Everyone who's joined us in Zoom has loved this session, and you've had an exclusive as well
Thank you so
because
much.
we didn't unfortunately go out on Facebook and YouTube, but anybody that wanted to watch on those channels can catch up later. Fortunately, we have the video, we have the recording, so your fans everywhere will be able
Thank you
to
so
watch
much. Thank you
you.
so much. Yeah.
So, thank you so much.
Uh-huh.
Let's just show people what session is coming up next. So we're going to have a little break now, or a break for
Yeah.
those of you for whom it's time to eat. I think one of my colleagues, can one of our moderators show us what's coming up next slide, please? Thank you so much. Okay, so next one is starting at 2 o'clock in the afternoon UK time. That is using design thinking in projects with Anna Lucia. And then after that, we have integrating 21st century skills into everyday learning. So we're moving away from the multilingual theme and more into design thinking and 21st century skills this afternoon. So some great sessions still to come. Thank you, everyone. You've been a fantastic audience. And we'll see you very, very soon. Thanks as well to Melissa and Joe, who are moderating and supporting. See you soon, everybody.
See you. Goodbye.